If you want to waste your time, effort and money and it's not on a girl on OnlyFans, then you heard it here, boys and girls. Buy a YouTube boxing event and I can guarantee you the next day this is how you will feel.
Send in the clowns.
I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, feel sorry for people. But today, boys and girls, we're going to be talking about the boxing event that had the whole of the internet on strings, and if not, the whole world, and that is obviously Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather. Now, if you're from the UK and you actually decided to stay up to watch this boxing event, I mean, why? I can guarantee you right now you're laying down in your bed, staring at the ceiling and just crying about all that sleep you missed out on. Or if you're from America and you decided to watch this boxing match, you're probably crying as well about wasting your whole damn evening. Now, I'm not going to sit here and go through every single round for 10 minutes like many other YouTubers do, because I just don't think anybody wants to see that, do they? But what I will do is I'll give a brief summary of what happened in this boxing event for the people that were lucky enough not to watch it. And honestly, you're gonna be upset that you didn't. But in this huge boxing event, we had hugging and hugging and more hugging. You know what's crazy? Logan Paul has got more hugs in one evening than I have my whole damn life. That's quite depressing, isn't it, really? But you know, we got to see Logan Paul swinging at Floyd Mayweather like KSI had secretly been training him behind the scenes. But we even got a potential knockout blow from Floyd Mayweather on Logan Paul, but he decided to keep Logan Paul up because, you know, the show must go on. And that's literally all that happened. I'm not even kidding. Now, you know, jokes aside, I really do think we have to commend Logan Paul, because for a YouTuber to land a boxing match against Floyd Mayweather, who is one of the greatest of all time, is a massive achievement. Now, yes, Logan Paul has done some horrible things in the past, but unlike many other YouTubers, you know, like Mini Lad, James Charles, and the list can go on, he's decided to rectify those mistakes and he's come back a better person, and I have to applaud that, because for once in my life covering drama on the internet, somebody has decided to be a better person. It's great to see. Now, whilst we had the fans hating on the Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather fight, we also got a lot of criticism from YouTubers, and I think it's just because these YouTubers wish they were in Logan Paul's position, because for a YouTuber to box Floyd Mayweather is something that we're never going to see ever again. But now the common sense is out of the way and back to the fight, we again had another event that left many people disappointed, and I think it's because of one thing. When these events are announced and the people square up, they always say, oh, I'm going to knock you out in the first round, and I'm going to demolish you. They're not going to do that at all. So the fans start to watch this and everybody attends this event with such high hopes, and they get disappointed. I think people need to start going into these events with little to no expectations, because then I feel like you might... no, you won't get your money's worth. It's not going to happen. And the build-up for the event was probably one of the worst we have ever seen, which is so strange because we had Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul on a boxing event, so you would think somebody would put some effort in. But no. And if it wasn't for Jake Paul stealing Floyd Mayweather's hat and getting into a brawl, not as many people would be invested in the fight. And I think that's the truth, because the guy has to do absolutely everything for the spotlight to be on him. And again, this was proven on the event, because Jake Paul started to say some dumb shit that got everybody talking. I mean, I think the guy knows what he's doing right now, but some things he says, I have to question if there's anything inside that skull. I really do. Because during the boxing fight, we had Jake Paul on video saying that Logan Paul was beating Floyd Mayweather, and people surrounding him told him to shut up.
That's right, baby! 3 rounds to 2. Logan's up. Logan's up. Logan's beating Floyd Mayweather. Let that sink in.
Be quiet.
No, it's not.
Be quiet. That's not what we say.
You're wrong. Got your hat.
Okay?
I mean, somebody had to say it. And he didn't stop there, because once the fight was over and we got all the reactions on social media, Canelo Alvarez sent out this tweet with this emoji, and Jake Paul responded with, "You can't sell out pay-per-views, I would eat you alive." Now, Jake, you know, I got a lot of respect for you, but please do not call out Canelo. Did you see what he did to Billy Joe Saunders? I honestly think if this fight occurred, we'd be attending a YouTube funeral for the first time. That's a new trend. Someone make money. No. And lastly, what would a boxing event be without Jake Paul mentioning Conor Mcgregor? Because according to Jake Paul, the notorious Conor McGregor is ducking him. I'll be honest, I don't think he is, and if we ever do get this fight, it's going to be in the same scenario as Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather, and he's only going to do it for the money. But saying that, it probably would have a lot more hype around it than this fight did, because it's Jake Paul, and anything he does, well, he makes it entertaining, because he just does so much stupid shit, it gets people talking, and I think he knows what he's doing, like I said, and he's playing the character very well. Now, regardless of how you feel about the Paul brothers or YouTube boxing as a whole, in my opinion, this is great for the community, because it's doing wonders for everybody on YouTube. YouTube, and it just shows you how much power YouTubers actually have. And as much as the media want to deny it because they're so stuck in their old-fashioned ways and just hate seeing, you know, celebrities they've partially created being outshone by YouTubers who actually work hard for the stuff they do, they hate it so much. The stereotype around YouTubers in the media is so weird because they shit on everybody, and I don't really know why, because these YouTubers are doing a lot more than your celebrities are doing for the world and the entertainment industry as a whole. And I'll say it, you know, a lot of celebrities now are becoming irrelevant because of YouTubers who are stealing the limelight, and they hate it. Now, for those of you that are interested in YouTube boxing, the next event we have to look forward to is the YouTuber versus TikToker event, which in my opinion is scraping the barrel because I feel like they're just trying to get on the hype train, and I don't think anybody really cares about anybody on that card apart from 14-year-old girls that watch TikTok because Bryce Hall's on it. Like, does anybody care about him? I certainly don't. So in my opinion, the next fight we have to look forward to is Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley, and in my opinion, if I was to give an early spoiler, I think Jake Paul is going to lose. I'm sorry, if you know anything about Tyron Woodley, you will know how much of a powerhouse and how good his strikes are. If he lands one punch on Jake Paul, I think it's game over. But Jake Paul could once again prove the world wrong, and if he does beat Tyron Woodley, can we really question Jake Paul's abilities anymore? Probably not. Let's be honest, I feel like a lot of the internet are in denial about it because they hate Jake Paul, which is understandable. You know, a lot of people don't like him, and for me personally, I just like seeing these events because it's nice to see YouTubers doing a good thing for once instead of being cancelled or exposed for saying something they shouldn't. It's actually positive, which is always good to see. Now, if you were to ask me what fight do I want to see, I think it's got to be KSI versus Jake Paul. I think everybody wants to see that. Once that fight's done, I do think YouTube boxing is over as a whole because it's the only fight anybody wants to see anymore. But will we get it? Probably not. I'm not gonna lie. But if you have enjoyed today's video, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure to leave a like rating, and if you're new, hit that big red subscribe button and turn on bell notifications. And whilst you're doing that, I'm going to go hug Floyd Mayweather and get paid millions because apparently that's the way to do things. But until next time, it has been your best mate on the internet. Please make sure to have a great day and stay safe. I'm out. Peace.